Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. In the last episode, we set up some distribution, finally going from the main part of town here out to this new expansion that we set up. We have some farming going on out here, although there was a bit of a problem here with the potatoes drying out when we had a drought, and they haven't finished harvesting them yet because I think we need to put another farmhouse out here, but we have not enough workers to do that out here just yet. But we also, when we set up the distribution, I mistakenly thought that I needed to have this intermediary because it was still telling us there wasn't a distance, or it wasn't enough distance, or they weren't close enough, or whatever, enough range on the distribution post to get all the way down here. But it turns out that the reason was this staircase right here wasn't built yet. And thank you, Jacob, for pointing that out in the video for yesterday's, in the comments for yesterday's video. And so that's the problem. That was the problem before. So we really don't need this intermediary station. On the other hand, now that it's here, I'm just going to leave it alone. It's working fine, I think. What's basically happening is things that are getting distributed to here can then be distributed on to here, including carrots and baked potatoes. We are capable of baking our own potatoes here. Once we have carrots and baked potatoes in sufficient number, which I think carrots are, then we no longer need to pass the carrots along to the next town, to here. And that means that more of the carrots that are being grown in the main town, downtown here, the better off we are. We also set up this temple, and I think this, we didn't check it before the end of the episode, but I think once we get to nighttime again here, we should be able to see that they go here and get their spirituality needs met. We have a lot of full storages, construction lacks materials, building lacks materials. Yeah, I know, we need to have metal, which is what today's task is, metal. Before we start today's task, I'd like to put one more spillway up, or floodgate up down here, just to protect these plants from getting their from getting burned out here or dried out here. So what we're going to do is put up a road. I'm going to take this road all the way to the edge of the map, I think. And then down this way, even though it can't quite do that. And then we'll take a staircase down into the water. And I'm going to put the floodgate right here. I know it's too far from builders, but I think once these two trees here get grown and done, we'll be good to go. So we're going to leave that alone. Oh, let's put a potato crop designation in here. And there you go. And if we need to have more farmers, we will. It's nighttime. It may be time for worship at the temple. Here they come. So that's the spirituality aspect here. And 48 of the 48 in this town can use that, or are getting services at the temple. And then they can go in and get their social life status taken care of as well. We just need to work on the fun and then the knowledge eventually. But the knowledge is waiting on the production of the books, of course, which means production of metal. So this is getting taken care of pretty well. Let's see now. So I think we need to come up here and start gathering metal. As mentioned, we are a couple of workers short here in terms of being able to set up a metal gathering post. But I'm going to set it up anyway. Scrap metal, yes. Just going to do it like that. And then we can, I assume they just harvest it, that we don't have to tell them where to harvest. But we're going to continue that at least. And I need to, assuming, give them a worker to work that. It appears to be so. These are just barely not done. Well, one's just barely not done. We could put a bypass road in here, I suppose. Since roads are free, or paths are free, I suppose we could just do this. And then that probably gives them access to this stuff. Yes, okay. So they'll come down and start building that stuff now, too. Alright, you're gathering scrap metal. We could have a warehouse here in town for the scrap metal. That's not a bad idea. Storage, warehouse, scrap metal warehouse right in here. So we need to set the carousel up for fun. We could build some of these decorations while we're kind of waiting. These provide, I assume, yeah, other than the bench, they provide aesthetics. So we could do, really, roof? Okay. We could do some shrubs. We could do something like that here, but it'd be better off if I did it here, where they're going to pass by it frequently enough. That's the important part, because they have a one-tile range there, so I think we need to have it where they'll walk by it. And for that, that means that putting them by the house is the best thing, I think. Or the housing, I should say. I think we'll do, like, here, and we could do one, like, here. And that should work out well. That's just some basics. The roof. This is a solid roof, but can still... Okay, it can still have things built on top of it. Scarecrow. Field decoration meant to scare birds. Interesting. And a beaver statue. Oh, that sounds like fun. This one takes paper. This one takes 500 science. Well, we have lots of science. I could also put some of these along here, like up here by the temple, because they'll walk past it and get that aesthetic value. Yeah, let's unlock the scarecrow. And I'm going to put it, like, here next to the farmhouse, so it can scare the crows, but also can bonus everybody up with the Did they not get to this? Okay, they just haven't built it. Everyone's going to go here every night, so everyone's going to walk past these things every day, so I think that makes sense. And then these also. And so now we have, I should have done this one, aesthetics. Yeah, 7 of them already picked up aesthetic values in this town alone. All 8 of them have it here. And down here, all 50... Nope, they haven't gotten it yet. Oh, it hasn't been built yet. That's why. That's fine. So we are gathering metal, scrap metal. We need to set up a distribution hub to send stuff back now. A distribution post, rather. To send stuff back to the main town. That way we can make... But I guess we should just make the shredder here. And turn that into... See, it requires 250 horsepower. So maybe we put that out here someplace. How big is this thing? Oh, it's tiny. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we can't, because this doesn't have flowing water. It has to be over here someplace. That's right, we learned that the last time. I think I'm going to take out this one bush right here. And then I'm going to extend the road. And I can put in a water wheel. Right here. I'll put it here, just in case I want to have another staircase coming down into the water. Did I put path here? Yeah, I did. They are building this floodgate. Let's put it down to 0. That way the water just flows through. As per usual. We're waiting on them to build stuff with logs. Oh, we don't have any trees harvested. Or harvestable, really, yet. Okay. Alright, well, you should be able to come over here and harvest these trees. So I was thinking about food. And I was thinking that maybe I don't even want to bother with making wheat over here and doing all the processing of wheat, because this is producing quite a lot over here. So each one of these tiles takes, does it say, I think it says here, 10 days to grow, and it yields 3 wheat. So if that's the case, then, let's see, this recipe is 1 wheat becomes 1 flour. So that means every 10 days, right? 10 days? Every 10 days, per tile, we get 3 flour, because we get 3 wheat, and 3 wheat is 3 flour. And then here, 1 flour plus 0.1 logs yields 5 bread. So that means every 10 days, each tile gives 15 bread. So just this relatively small wheat farm here is going to... What is that, by the way? Oh, it's just a leftover wheat that hasn't been able to be harvested yet because it's full. each one of these tiles is able to basically provide 1.5 bread per day per beaver. Or 1.5 bread per day, and the beavers, I'm assuming, are only going to eat about 2 food items per day. At least that's what it seems like for me. I've been doing a little bit of testing offline with the water and the food, and I think it's 2 bread items, or 2 food items and 2 water items per day per beaver, per adult beaver. The children seem to use just 1. Someone asked, I think in the comment, or in the chat rather, for yesterday's episode, what about non-working beavers? Well, that's a good question that I don't know the answer to, but I'm going to say we have 2 unsigned beavers. Must be here in this town. I'm going to say that it's 1 or 2. Way to be up front and forward with that, Wally. Oh, because we're building all these, which take a lot of logs. Sorry. That's true. That is true. I guess I could put a path across there too, but alright, so let's let them go super speed and finish that stuff up. Adding the 2 additional workers here helps a lot also. Going to the temple. Gaining their aesthetics handled. Hopefully they're going to then go and get their social life handled. For some reason, not everyone is getting their social life and aesthetics handled. Just yet. But we could work on the awe stuff. No, those require a lot of science. We don't have the science for that yet. How about you over here? How are you doing on your aesthetics? 7 of 9. Food's doing okay. We still selling baked potatoes down here? Are we baking potatoes now? Or grilling potatoes now? And why are you not harvesting this tree? Because you're harvesting these trees? Yeah, we're harvesting these trees. We're getting the stuff that's closer first. Nope, this is one that I wanted. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's take some of this off. Actually, let's take all of this off. Because I'm not going to put trees there. I'm going to put buildings though there. And I think I mentioned it in yesterday's episode, but someone asked why I'm playing on easy. And really that's because I started this on day 1. Like, as soon as I could play the game after it came out, I started recording. I didn't do any practicing. I didn't do any offline experimentation until just like in the last day or so. And that was just about the food and the water so far. But so I started this blind and I didn't know what I was getting into. So I wanted to try and understand the mechanics as best I could with the game that I had available to me at the time. So as we progress a little, then I can I'm going to start over with normal. And I may do that before I start with Iron Teeth. I'm not sure. Let's see, this town here has a nice supply of food. And are they harvesting the potatoes? Or not quite yet? Just about. There's a problem with putting this lumberjack flag way over here, is they're never going to touch these because these keep popping up. Keep popping up. Although we are still working hard to finish the floodgate. We have lots of scrap metal stored up. Oh, I should be... Uh-oh. Allowed none. Let's empty the storage. Can I do except for the scrap metal? Does that work? Because the carrots and berries that are here, I don't really want in there. Planks. berries. Although I don't have a separate warehouse for carrots at this point. I probably should. Because right now all they're getting stored in is here and then in here. So I did quit sending the carrots. And I think I should just not send these anymore. We're gonna need... What are we gonna need to build this thing? Let's see, metal. It needs to have gears and planks. Well, we're making planks, but we need to send gears. So let's do another shipping. Add new route to here, maybe? Gears? No. No. Wait, why am I shipping logs? We've got plenty. Let's turn off the log shipping. And let's change the gear shipping to go... Oops. There. We're not really using these logs either. Who's got lots of logs? Do you have lots of logs? You've got 168 logs. You've got the 100. And you have 398 logs. You've got lots of logs. Let me build a log stockpile here. Back here in the wasteland. And that way they'll offload the logs from here into there. Hopefully. And yeah. Okay, that got done. That means this is getting done. Already looked at this. It's probably pausing the scrap metal thing because it says it's not accepting new goods. I don't know if I want to turn that off though. Probably. And then we'll just let the berries and carrots get used, hopefully at some point. That's full of berries. This is filling up of planks. And we should hopefully be sending gears over eventually. Oops. Let's add a new route to here for gears. Yep, they're emptying the logs out into the log pile. It's great. So put one worker in here. Funny, they're using the the low path here instead of the high path. I think maybe I should just delete that because they're going to go faster along the high path than the low path. Although they're moving pretty fast. But I don't think it's perfect yet. So let's delete buildings from here to here. Yes. And that way they'll stay on the path of on the platforms. Oh, good. We finished this up. Oh, and they've grown another berry bush here. Here comes somebody to take care of it, and then we can do the metal shredder. Can it not connect on that side? It might not be able to connect on that side. If so, that's unfortunate. Let's leave the space away just in case. And then I can put up a... No, it's connecting. Okay. It'll connect. Acts like it connects anyway. 250, so we need another one of these, actually. Let's do a staircase down into the water. And then another water wheel connected to that one. And they'll get all that stuff built soon enough, I assume. Gears are on their way. Yeah, that's why they haven't harvested this yet. I'm going to actually turn off and try not to forget this. But the harvesting of trees in the actual tree farms here, to try and get them to use up the logs from these trees that are over here first. Because there's a lot of log items here. Let's actually turn that up to higher priority. Okay, and we might not have any planks left. Yeah, we just have the one in there. We're not supplying this with enough logs. Interesting. That's where we might need to have some workers. So we have currently a space for 15 and 15 of them. We may want to add another lodge. Let's do this one. And then another worker hauling post. Yeah, that's what it's called. And we can put that maybe out here. With a path across the front of it. And then they can build that. Let's set a higher priority on it. No, don't. Actually. Because we don't have the workers to work there anyway. If they're wait, that's haulers. That's not gonna help me any. That's not gonna help me any. Let's cancel that. What I need is just more workers, more builders right now, I think. No, we need the haulers. Because we need the haulers to supply the logs down here. Okay, put it back, Wally. Put it back. There we go. And so as we get more workers, we'll get that going too. Put this up higher. That's done. And then they can do this next, which just needs a few more planks. So that won't take very long. And then they can do this as well. It'll get the next 10 planks. So we have 360 horsepower. And now we'll have 250 of it being used once we get one more plank. Oh, there it goes. We get the one plank delivered just as night falls. Wonder if I can do another temple. Yeah, but I'll wait till we get some planks stored up out here. The alternative would be to ship planks from here over to the over to there, bringing the planks out from here, because we do have 140 something of them, so that would be an option as well. But I think maybe it's time to do the carousel, and I think I want to put the carousel in right in here. Yeah, I think so. Let's run this path down here, and I'm going to see how big this is, and then we're just going to delete some of those berry bushes. Holy cow, it's big. Wonder if I need to do it like this. I should do it like this. Okay. These and those. This needs the metal, but we need to plant it anyway. Let's see, one more of those and then a bunch of those over there. Kind of should just ask you, like, hey, do you want to delete all the stuff that you're gonna try and build this on top of as you're trying to build it? And then you can just say yes. I think that'll do. All right, let's put another path in right here. And then we'll build a water wheel down here. So we need to have a staircase going down into the water again. Okay. It was just complaining because that was in the middle of the water. Right, to come back over here. This is ready to make shreds. This... Take two of you away. One of you can be a hauler, dedicated, and one of you can be a shredder. Master shredder. And we need a warehouse for metal blocks. And I think that'll go here. Night falls. And then we'll ship the metal blocks back, but we need to have a distribution team here first. Let's also get that started. We may need another house. I think I'll just put it here. Now I think I'm going to move it over just a bit, like Actually, you know what? Let's put it way over here. Like that. I think we'll put up another house here too. Because we could probably really use the extra people. Assuming, of course, that we're growing enough food. But I think we are. Let's see. Pause. Allowed none. But we will allow metal blocks. Holy crap, they put a bunch of stuff in here already. That didn't take long. That's fine. They'll use it eventually, I hope. Alright, I think that looks good. And coming back over here, we can put our... Yeah, we can put our carousel down. At least put the plant down and let them deliver the stuff that needs to be, that we can deliver already. And then we'll have the other parts delivered when it's time. Water wheels. We're gonna need to have 3 water wheels to power this thing. That's a few. And they'll need to build those anyways, so that's fine. I know I mentioned making a windmill to do it, but I can't be bothered. Alright, and as soon as this is up, and it is, we can start shipping metal blocks. Let me take another worker from here, I guess. Let him work here. Add new route to... We don't have another distribution drop-off. Let's do that. Here. And then you can take metal blocks to here. And then you can take metal blocks. We don't have a distribution drop-off here either. Which one of you slackers didn't build the things? Probably Wally. Just guessing. Put this here. We'll put in a little bit of a road. Like this. Oh, here comes a drought. And then that'll be metal blocks as well. So this town is kind of focused on metal production, but also supporting itself, at least mostly. The middle town is just focused on kind of being an intermediary. It's not really necessary, as we've learned, but it works anyway. And then this town here is downtown, kind of doing everything else. Now, of course, in order to satisfy the happiness of all the beavers, we would need to have this kind of stuff, a temple and a carousel and whatnot in the other towns as well. But that's kind of a job for another series, I think. Oh, explosives. I forgot about explosives. Now that we have metal blocks, we can do explosives. The larger warehouses, I'm kind of not interested in until we can limit how many of each item go into a warehouse. We could do these other lodges also. It's an option. Water dump we didn't use. Depth marker, we could look at what that is. I think it's just going to be a... hey, the water is this high. Put it right here next to this. The water is this high. You're struggling to make gears, probably because I shipped a bunch of... No, they're just struggling to deliver them all. Alright, and they're getting metal blocks now. Hopefully they're getting metal blocks for this, too. How is this not getting the metal blocks faster than this? Given that this has existed for much longer. It's kind of weird. Alright, the depth marker says water level 0.26. Highest water level 0.27. I'm assuming that's yeah, relative, like 1 block height kind of thing. Would be 1. So like when we set the height of the floodgate at 0.5, that would be 0.5 on that as well. So if I set this floodgate to 0.5, then this should show 0.5. Alrighty, so let's see, what else we were looking through? Oh, the beehives. We need to unlock the beehives too. I definitely want to look at how those work. These cover, looks like it's 3 in each direction. So we need to do some editing of the plants here a little bit, or the farms here a little bit. So let's take a plant crops clear planting area. 3, so there. 1, 2, 3, so there. They'll harvest that potato, and then they won't need to harvest it, or we'll harvest it again. 3 there. So then 1, 2, 3, so here. And then 1, 2, 3, so here maybe? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so here. All 3 of those spots can be beehives. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, so maybe here. That should work. I'm not that worried about beehives if they affect these or not. And then out here, let's see, we can do here, here. I'll put it there, I guess. Go there, and then I'm going to put 1 down, like, here-ish. And once that all gets harvested, then we can put the beehives in. Do they affect... Assuming they don't. Yeah, just crops. So I don't think they would affect berries, and they definitely wouldn't affect trees then. We've looked at everything here. We've looked at everything here. This high power shaft elevates the power to go up a level. Windmills are the windmills. Science we've got. Leisure we've got nearly done. Why are you not getting any gears? Here comes the drought. Pause. Let's do this. Height 1. Height 1. I'm not do that one just yet, and I'm not going to do this one just yet either. Let the water level rise down here a little bit. Hopefully. We'll watch the depth marker. Actually, we don't really even need to do that one. Let's hold that one up. There we go. So this depth marker stayed at about 0.3, but it did get up to 0.43 at some point. All right, we are holding in the water now. That's great. No power, because no water flow, but there wouldn't be any water flow even if we would either be gone or would be here. And there's no way, I don't think, and this is where the windmills would come into play, because they would be able to provide the power, some of the power at least, that we need. As that little bit there doesn't get any water. They would be able to provide enough, I think, to at least power some of these machines, but that's okay. You need metal blocks. There's none coming in. There's one there, and now you don't have power to make metal blocks. We don't have any stocked up. Okay, it's just going to be a little bit of work then. This is going to be a 2-day drought. But I think we have plenty of water to keep everything kind of going. And we can always pump more because we have these. Let's see if we can make it through this drought. Looking back at power, these only supply 300 horsepower. So, and they're big from what I understand in terms of their footprint. So it's not really a great thing, even if we had the science to do it. What else do we need? We could make a beaver statue. We should probably build a monument once we have the science. And we're working on the science now. Water level is going down. Because of evaporation and because of pumping. So you can see it going down, sloshing a little, but you can see it going down over time. Oh, I have this deprioritized. That's why it's not getting its metal blocks. Dummy. I think this is a good population for this town. Pretty stable. The distribution post is the only thing that's really missing workers. But that's fine. The drought has ended. So now as soon as the water starts flowing again and gets down this far, we can finish things up. And hopefully we will get some power going again here very soon. Here comes the water. I like the fact that they've done actual flowing water physics, even though it's still a square tile based game here. It's still doing a good job of it even then. Right, and I think we can probably, yep, here we come. Watch that water level. Let's open this up as well. And now to you. You can see the water, like the wave crashing across. That's hilarious. Across the thing here, and here it's coming across this one too. Oops. There we go. So now the water is flowing again. Kind of. It's stabilizing a little, but it'll get there. And we can now start making scrap metal again. Or metal blocks again, I mean. And I think what we'll do is we'll end this episode here. We will we'll get the items delivered to these couple of buildings here. We'll start making the books. We'll start enjoying the carousel. And then we can see kind of what else we want to do in this series before we restart in normal difficulty. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.